Henny.
It's not honey anymore.
She's asking the police for help.
Wrong side of history.
What?
Wrong side of history.
Get ready for the ultimate standoff where deep thoughts meet hairy egos, and everyone is convinced they are the smartest in the galaxy.
No one can give an example of where women don't have the same rights as men, but that's why you think we should, or that's why you wouldn't date a man who doesn't identify as a feminist. But you can't give one example of where women and men aren't equal, except for women getting paid less in sports, but you just admitted it's because they get less views.
Yeah, but I also don't think just because they get less views should that mean they should get paid less. You know what I mean?
So you think
they,
that
they
if
bring
people
home like
bring in less,
almost more championships than men sometimes.
you're saying specifically in the context of USA teams competing on the international stage, like female teams perform better than male teams, so they should make more money even though they bring in less sponsorships, viewerships, and promotional deals?
Yes.
How is that
I think
financially
that they should still
feasible?
be paid fairly for all the work that they put in.
So fairly is just because they're women doing the same thing. It has nothing to do with the economics or finances of running a business.
This is the Wookiee debate. It's always men who are stronger than women. Then why keep insisting on equal pay when men can do a lot more than women? They are not even able to specify what they are actually lacking. Then why causing this drama?
Are you a homeowner or do you live somewhere, right?
Rent an apartment, yeah.
Okay, let's just say like the government came out and was like, hey, let's just bring in like millions of immigrants, thousands, millions, but the public has to be willing to open up their homes to house like 2, 3, 4, 5 families. Would you be willing to do that?
I live in a studio apartment, so I personally would not be willing to do that. I know that in Los Angeles, there's a lot of millionaires with a lot of big houses and a lot more room than me, and I feel like it wouldn't be unreasonable to ask a white millionaire that made their fortune through probably corruption to house some immigrants so that they can work honestly.
So you personally wouldn't be willing?
Apartment.
So what? So you think?
No, I personally would not be willing to let a bunch of people stay in my studio apartment, but I am a member of an oppressed class. I'm a member of the poor people, which are like 70% of people that live in this country.
Supporting immigrants to come over to the country but restricting them to enter your own home? That doesn't make sense, lady. If you really have genuine intentions, this is not the right way to respond to this. This is fishy.
It's basically a law for an officer to pull me over and ask for my papers when I've never even been to Mexico.
Okay, well, I think people should be asked for their papers regardless of the skin color.
Okay, so then we go. Here's white privilege.
Why is that white privilege?
Okay, here we go.
How's that white privilege?
Here we go. Who are they going to ask for their papers, me or you?
I get asked for papers all the time when I get pulled over. Yeah, I can show you my pile of driver's
Do you get asked to prove that you're a citizen of the United States?
Hold on a second. First of all, I get asked for my driver's license all the time when I get pulled over. In fact, every time I get pulled over, I get asked for my driver's license, okay? So, but here's the one thing. Hold on. Do you really think that you're being pulled over just because of the color of your skin?
Dude, it's happened many times.
Hey, guess what? I get pulled over too.
You're never gonna know it because you don't look like me, man.
Wait, hold on.
You're never gonna have to know my struggles.
Wait, I mean, this is the problem. I'm just going to give you a piece of advice. Honestly, you complimented me and Candace Owens. You're looking at the world as a victim, okay? You're looking at the world as if there's systemic racism and the evil white man that's trying to crush you. It's a lie. It's a lie that is designed to keep you down. It's a lie that is designed to try and disempower you.
Charlie Kirk got this, talking about white privilege has always been a Wookiee way, but this, Charlie made his mouth shut.
Would you go on a date with Mia Khalifa right now?
We have a simp epidemic, so it could very well be the case that a high proportion of them say yes, but... And my personal standard is, I mean, if you've done porn... Because there's some guys' standard is, well, I would date them casually. Like, I'd hook up with them, but I'd never take them seriously for a long-term relationship or marriage. If a girl's involved in that kind of work, I wouldn't even want casual sex with her. I don't want to kiss her. I don't want to go on a date.
Your
I don't
personal
want nothing.
preference.
Sure.
Wait, you think the average guy?
I think a lot of men probably, I don't know, majority, minority, I think a lot of guys also just wouldn't want to even pursue it anyways. But I do think there's a lot of simps. There's a lot of simps, and there's a lot of men who get very little attention from men.
Bro, got some real points. Of course, people do have a crush on Mia Khalifa and fantasize about doing things with them. But let's get this real. It is not how it actually works. No man wants a Mia Khalifa or an OnlyFans baby girl when it comes to real life dating. Bro is literally spilling facts.
In the Bible, there are Bible verses that they go against. I'm not gonna scream.
There's also Bible verses that go against people with left hands, and there are Bible verses against people that eat shrimp, and there are Bible verses that tell you can have slaves. The Bible is.
You're talking Old Testament in regards of who they're speaking.
Is it in the Bible? Is it in the Bible?
Okay, so you don't know the Bible because Romans 7:6 discusses that. Romans 7:6. If you would read that verse, it would address everything perfectly.
Have you read Alice in Wonderland?
Okay, I'm talking about the Bible. You're talking about a fairy tale.
Yes, so am I.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
So
they're all fairy tales.
I disagree with your demonic dress, but at the same time, I accurately think
this is how you make people out of words. Look at that guy struggling over there to talk. The way the reporter challenged the LGBTQ+ activist got me. Alice in Wonderland. No, dude, this is the Bible analogy, LGBTQ+ version.
And women from being involved in sports with women in middle school and colleges. What do you think? Agree or disagree?
Well, I think he's a stupid and should die because trans women and men are the best thing that ever got created. Like, it's just so dumb that somebody could ever blame anybody for something. So you guys are making the wrong thing to the world because trans are always gonna exist. We're always gonna be born. We're always gonna leave.
Leave?
We're always gonna.
What the fuck, man? Look at that guy. What is he even wearing? Bro is giving tough competition to these ladies. No wonder why women are hating on these people.
no, God, please, no, no.
What is it with removing a trans woman from women's sports? This is confusing. No woman wants to compete with a biological man no matter how hard they try. Why participate when they know they are going to lose?
Would you like Sharia law in this country? Last time I'm going to ask.
If Sharia law
yes or no.
If Sharia law means upholding family values, means looking after the poor,
means no gay, no feminists, i.e. women who get above themselves,
that's your caricature. No, that's
I know what Sharia law wants.
Why do so many women become Muslim these days?
Piers Morgan knows more of Sharia law than Imam. Maybe he should ask for a class. The way Morgan said, means no gays. Imam knew he completely lost it.
If he has the lowest ever black unemployment rate.
If he kills them.
I'm sorry?
Them.
He kills who?
Black people.
Trump kills black people.
Yeah, he allows police
to kill black people. So Trump black people.
Without consequence, yes.
Where is there no consequences at?
Breonna Taylor's cops that her are not arrested or.
How is that Trump's fault?
Because he can do something about it.
How is that Trump's fault?
Because stop harassing us, please.
No. You say defund the police. Don't you dare ask the police for help. Turn your poster around. Turn your poster around. The other side says defund blue terrorists. She's asking the police for help.
You might want to talk to your pop.
Asking help from Trump government for anti-Trump protests? Nice job, guys. These protesters are struggling to justify their own claims on racism. Protest Wookiees in their delusional ERA.
You want to have a conversation and present your information?
Because I'm not going to give a platform to you f***ing Nazis. Why don't you go home?
You can't explain your position?
Losers. My position is I care about human rights, and I care about people living their lives and minding their own business and not being in my face with stupid cameras. So,
but you walked over here.
We can bring down the volume a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. I am trying to make a scene because you guys care about genociding trans people.
That's not it. Genociding? What constitutes a genocide? What are you talking about?
None of this is actually happening. You guys are dumb. You're cherry picking.
Kids aren't getting puberty blockers? What is not happening that
I'm not putting myself on this platform. You guys are idiot losers. Goodbye.
You just put yourself on.
You're the one in. You guys are idiot losers. Goodbye.
This is just a shocking suggestion that we should maybe think twice before giving kids puberty blockers, because who wouldn't want to fast-track major medical decisions for children? Clearly, caution is so last season.
Do you believe that truth is objective or subjective? Do you believe in absolute truth?
Sure.
Okay, so if you believe in absolute truth, shouldn't we have absolute terms of what a infant-bearing or infant-birthing person is, otherwise known as a woman?
No.
Okay, so let me ask you this a different way, I suppose. So if anyone can identify anything at any time, correct?
Anyone can identify
as a woman or a man, you can just choose at any time, right?
Gender? Well,
Sure.
gender identity isn't switching genders all the time. It just depends, like...
But that's your position, right? That's fair to say? That you could change your gender?
My position is that you should accept people's gender identity, and you shouldn't try to shame them out
So
of it.
let me ask you, should we accept people that think they're younger than they actually are? Because that's a mental condition where people say, I identify as an 8-year-old, but they're really 50. Should we accept?
This is no dodging, just clear and resolved answers. This is Charlie Kirk clearly tackling a trans activist's points with the kind of no-nonsense logic that's practically a unicorn these days. He slices through the drama, proving that straightforward answers are still a thing. Who knew?
I did to you until I got you naked and had sex with you, said no guy ever in history.
Yeah, literally, that could be possible. I could be super attracted to a guy. I think he's super, like, cute, but he's just, like, not, like, I just don't vibe with him, sexually.
Yeah, what are you comparing it to, though, if he's your only partner?
Right, so that's why they would
also
stay
past.
married longer, because they have nothing to
Good.
That's
This is bad. Why?
It's not bad.
Well, I mean, it's like if there's better out there, like sexually.
Oh, so
Like,
they
she
should all
doesn't- I-
so
I
they should
think-
all be a bunch of because they
No,
could
no,
find
no.
Mr. Right.
No, not at all. What I was arguing is that I feel like or at least from my perspective, the reason why a man would want a virgin is because the virgin doesn't have anything to compare it to, so there's no competition.
Oh, so
like,
Not just that.
It's just like they
so-
only had one boyfriend.
So
you
what
know?
he should do? So then let's use the reverse of this. Okay. So would you advise a man then to go to his virgin soon-to-be wife and say, honey, you should go out and at least 10 guys before we get married, so you know that I'm the right one?
Look at her face. She was not expecting this. Andrew effortlessly dismantles the model's arguments, making it clear she was completely out of her depth. It's almost like she thought she could just breeze through without any real pushback. Oops.
You chant Black Lives Matter.
Yes, I do.
But you don't care about unborn black people.
But I don't care about women getting because they have the right to choose freely what they want to do with their body.
It's not their body anymore.
It is their body.
Is it their DNA? Oh, okay, let me ask. Does a pregnant woman have 4 arms or 20 toes? Yes or no?
She has 2 arms and 10 toes.
And she carries someone else's body with another 2 arms, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So you acknowledge it is a person in there. It is a body.
Of her. Yeah.
What in the world? Looks like actual evidence speaks louder than words. This reporter breaks down a pro-choice advocate's arguments with solid facts, leaving her completely dumbfounded. Who knew facts could be so surprising? Prepare for a reality check that's bound to make things awkward.
We can have meaningful conversations about public policy.
You have an
about
army
gun
to
laws,
protect
but
you.
I'm saying,
Why do you
but
need
you
guns?
made a generalization against our country that we don't have human rights. So I wanted to know where are we not holding human rights? 'Cause
you
we're not
guys,
holding it when it comes to abortion.
You're only pro-life when it comes to situations like this. When it comes to ethnic minorities,
How do you know?
when it comes to the rights of minority groups, it's not just your policy, it's your whole
You
group's
said you're
policies.
only pro-life when. How do you
Yeah,
know? You haven't asked me any other
because
question.
you don't care about actual human lives.
Where's your fact?
only
How do you know that I don't care about human
Look
lives?
at you. You are right now arguing about fetuses, but you don't understand if mothers are actually human.
Yeah, I'm a
persons.
mother. I've been
They
a mother.
are-
I've
yeah,
given birth
but
4
you are a
times. I know I'm
sentient
an actual
being. You
human
are
being.
living. You are feeling. A fetus that is inside your body is not feeling.
The child in the womb can feel. At
How
12
do
and a
you
half
know?
weeks, pro-choice and pro-life scholars agree, the Journal of Medical Ethics, that as early as 12 and a half weeks, the child, the fetus in the womb, can feel extraordinary pain during an abortion.
This leftist gets a free crash course on the details of fetal pain during abortion and the complexities of fetal development. Who knew the science and ethics of this topic could be so enlightening?
Church! How are you going to call yourself a church when there's been 0 scriptures quoted?
You are not allowed to be on property.
0 scriptures quoted. It was all opinion, 0 facts. Can you please provide 1 scripture as a church?
I can provide a penal code that says that you're currently trespassing.
Can you
will be
please,
arrested.
I'm not talking to you.
You don't have to talk. It's fine.
Can you please
It's fine.
provide 1 scripture as a church?
Walk out the door.
Let me just talk to her real
No,
quick.
you're not.
Hey,
You're not.
real quick.
You're not.
Could I have
out the
one?
door.
Could I have 1 scripture real quick, please?
need to go.
It's time to leave.
As a church, I just want to hear scripture. As a church, I just want to hear scripture. All I want is, as a church, scripture is more important. The Bible is everything. As a church, scripture is everything. Can I please have some scripture, please?
Church supporting LGBTQ plus people, what the actual fuck? This reporter, guys, throws a ball in an LGBTQ church's focus on feelings over scripture, and they are completely thrown for a loop. No wonder why these people are the dearest of Jesus. Apparently, blending modern sentiment with religious doctrine isn't as seamless as they thought.
Lil Nas X, take your ass back to Old Town Road. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You guys don't belong here. I'm so sorry.
Hey, did she just tell me to go back to where I came from? Sounds kind of racist to me.
Oh, you students are racist. Road, baby. Old Town Road or Kent State, either one. They think I live at Kent State. They actually think I live on campus. Someone already bought me some.
Just learned a new perspective. This reporter schools woke students who told him to go back where he came from. After a reality check, the students left with a new perspective. Of course, clearly they hadn't considered there might be more to the story.
You guys can't condemn a school shooting. That's what's terrible.
Can you condemn the white racists that go around shooting?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It takes me 0 seconds to condemn, and you guys can't condemn a school.
Why are you asking this?
Because I have one name. I have one name that condemns a. You guys are in control yet.
Seriously? Condemning school shootings? Some folks push hard for gun control, but suddenly go silent when it's time to condemn school violence. They just can't help but notice the convenient contradiction.
When do you believe human life begins? So like 2 seconds before birth, is it a human?
They are not cognitive.
Well,
So if a woman chooses
ma'am, 6 inches of my
I'm not a
vaginal
man,
canal.
I'm a they, them.
Ma'am, 6 inches
That's
of my
fucking
vaginal canal does not make
Sir.
a human become conscious.
Sir,
Well, I'm a woman.
if you choose to be rude to me, I'm gonna leave. But honestly, like, this is f***ing sick and this is ridiculous, and you're doing it in front of gender housing.
Well, what does that mean for me? What does that deal with the fact that I'm saying
You called me
gender housing?
a ma'am when I asked you not to.
I called you a ma'am because I believe in First Amendment rights, and you are a female.
I'm not a female.
Yes, you are.
I
But
was
okay.
not born as a
Not born as a female? That does not make any sense at all. An anti-abortion advocate reacts sharply when someone calls her ma'am, because apparently that's the real issue here. Who knew a simple word could spark such a surprising reaction? Where is this world going?
So, you know, a lot of states, they have things like waiting periods, registration, background checks. You can't carry them in most, like right now in DC, 99.99% of people here can't carry a gun here. So, I mean, would you like to be banned from public places?
No, I wouldn't want to be banned from public places.
You don't want the same rights as a gun, right?
No. What?
Because you said you want the same rights as like, right?
Yeah, by the fact that they want the guns here in this country. They don't want my people here in this country. They want to deport us.
I mean, it comes with all these other sort of stipulations of you can't take it out in public, you have to store it in this way, we'll criminalize it if you do and we'll put you in jail. You got magazine capacity limits, you have background checks, registration, all these kind of things. Would you like to live under that sort of system as, like, would you like to be treated as a person that way?
No, I guess not.
Equating gun rights with human rights. Quite a rhyme, isn't it? But not in real life, though. This young advocate mistakenly equates gun rights and human rights in the same plate. If there is a gun, then there's no human.
Were they dumb too?
Yeah, they are.
They are?
They are.
Why are they dumb?
Wrong side of history.
What?
Wrong side of history.
How?
They are on the wrong side of history. Wrong side of history.
How?
Because he oppresses black people.
How does he do that?
Oh, God. Can you answer that question?
No, I'm asking you, bit loud mouth. Come on, back yourself up, big guy.
Answer that question. Exactly.
How does he oppress black people?
Let's go back to the Central Park 5 when he said they should be given the death penalty.
Why do we have to go back all the way there? If he oppresses black people, how does he do that?
Where does his mouth go? Now he doesn't have any words to speak? Impressive. This is what happens when you put your head on unwanted discussions, suggestions, and opinions. He is out of words.
It's okay with you, Nico House. It's all right for you to say that what Hamas, you agree they're a terrorist organization, do you?
No, I don't really buy into that framing.
So you're hang on. So you're a stupid idiot. You can get off my program now.
Hold on.
Get rid of it.
What about the rights?
No,
about the rights?
This man. No, stop
Would
it
you
now.
like me to respond?
This
Would you
man-
like me to respond?
Not really, because I think
so. Let me explain
stupid.
something. Let me explain something.
I don't know. I don't think you will explain it.
The West.
You
Western
are
powers
trying
tend
to
have this
defend
problem where they like to frame everybody who is brown in fights against Western imperialism.
He needs to learn what Hamas really is. The host makes it clear that Hamas is a terrorist organization. Now he knows what to tell when someone asks him something about Hamas. Misunderstanding cleared. Student learned.
Now it's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start Lefties with a man who identifies as a woman who tries to guilt a woman into not calling the cops because she's black. And how dare she, as a black woman, call the cops on a trans woman? It's all about intersectional victimhood with these characters. And then when that tactic doesn't work, he really loses it. Buckle in, this is a wild ride.
Ran into me because you're a transphobe and you're having a bad life.
I have trans friends.
So why did you walk into me like that?
You're looking for problems and you're purposely antagonizing me.
Am I?
So I'm gonna give you a minute and then I'm gonna call the cops. Because you was going in that direction and now you're following me to this location and I'm gonna stand here for 1 minute.
You antagonized me.
Okay, what's your name?
You're a black woman calling a cops on a trans woman, and I just want you to
What's your name?
I want you to think about that.
Okay,
You're a black woman calling the cops
Go ahead.
on a trans woman.
Continue to walk.
And I want you to think about that.
We're at 37 seconds.
I'm gonna pray for you.
I'm going to hang. I'm going to stop recording at 1 minute, and I'm going to call the cops if you're still in my area. I haven't offended you in any way.
You hit me on the sidewalk
and
with your body.
Me.
You hit me.
Honey.
It's not honey anymore. It's not honey.
Okay.
It's not honey.
We're just going to patiently wait for the cops.
Yes, we are.
This is getting...
You're a hypocrite.
The way he pulled his hair got me laughing my ass off. A news reporter dives into the chaos of a heated debate between a trans woman and a black woman, triggered by a police call. Because, of course, nothing says productive conversation like a full-blown meltdown. The way it turned to racism, that's where it goes extreme.